Hello students, in this lecture we are going to see the logical instructions and data comparison instructions. So first logical instruction is AND, that performs bitwise AND operation. Second is OR, that performs bitwise OR operation. Third is XOR, that performs bitwise XOR operation. Fourth instruction is NOT, it performs the inversion of the given source. Then CLR, that is clear, it clears the destination. Let us see the instructions one by one. The first is AND logical instruction. It is called as bitwise AND instruction. See, here there are two sources, source A and source B, and the source A file is B3:0 and source B is B3:1, while the destination is B3:2. Whatever are the numbers will be stored in the source A and source B, that is B3:0 and B3:1, and after bitwise AND operation is done on them, the result is stored in B3:2. So here the AND command is used to perform the logical AND instruction on each bit of the value in source A with each bit of the value of source B, storing the output logic in the destination. So see, in the example we have to do the bitwise operation. That means the 0th bit of B3:0 will be ANDed with 0th bit of B3:1, and the result will be stored in the 0th bit of B3:2, that is the destination. So this will be performed on all 16 bits starting from the bit 0 to bit 15. Okay, so for the bit 1 and 1 is 1, you can see in the diagram or in the example. Then bit 2 is 0 for B3:0 and bit 2 is 1 for B3:1. When it is logically ANDed, we will get the result as 0. So that is shown in B3:2. So like this bitwise ANDing will be done, and in the destination at that particular bit the result will be stored. Then the next is logical OR instruction. It is also bitwise OR instruction. Then here is also source A and source B. The files are B3:0 for source A, B3:1 for source B. So this is the specific file where the bitwise operations are done. Okay, then destination is B3:2. So here the OR command is used to perform the logic OR instruction on each bit of the value in source A with each bit of the value of source B, storing the output logic in the destination. So see, the bitwise OR operation is done on the bits in the B3:0 file and B3:1 file, and whatever is the output is stored bitwise again in B3:2. The next is XOR. It is called as bitwise exclusive OR. Okay, the previous OR operation is also called as bitwise inclusive OR, and this XOR is known as bitwise exclusive OR. Okay, so here there are also two sources. Source A file is B3:0, source B file is B3:1, then destination is B3:2. The XOR command is used to perform the logic XOR instruction on each bit of the value in source A with each bit of the value of source B, storing the output logic in the destination. So here bitwise operations are done and the output is stored in B3:2. So recall the truth table for the XOR. So whenever the inputs are same, either 0 0 or 1 1, the output will be 0, and if the inputs are different, that is 0 1 or 1 0, the output will be 1. So it is done bitwise and stored in the destination. Not instruction. So NOT instruction is the inversion instruction. So it requires only one source and one destination. Here the source is B3:0 and destination is B3:1. The NOT instruction is used to perform the NOT logic on the value in the source bit by bit. The output logic value returned in the destination is the ones complement, or you can say opposite of the value in the source. So see, whatever are the bits in the B3:0 are inverted and then stored in the B3:1. That is, whatever are the zeros are stored as 1 and whatever are the ones in source are stored as zeros in the destination. Next is CLR, that is clear instruction. So here only destination is required, no source is required. The CLR instruction is used to set the destination value of a word to 0. So whenever you give the CLR instruction with the destination, for example CLR B3:1, all the values of B3:1 will be reset to 0, will have the value 0. That is, it is cleared. The next type is data comparison instruction. So here are some data comparison instructions. The first one is EQU, that is equal. It tests whether two values are equal. Next is NEQ, that is not equal. It tests whether one value is not equal to a second value. Third is LES, that is less than. It tests whether one value is less than a second value. Fourth instruction is GRT, that means greater than. It tests whether one value is greater than the second value. Next is LEQ, that is less than or equal. It tests whether one value is less than or equal to a second value. Next is GEQ, that is greater than or equal. It tests whether one value is greater than or equal to the second value. So here is one example of EQU instruction, that means equal. So here is source A and source B. Okay, so it will compare source A with source B whether they are equal or not. So the EQU instruction is an input instruction that compares source A with the source B. When source A is equal to source B, the instruction is logically true, and if source A is not equal to source B, then it is logically false. Next is NEQ, not equal to. The not equal to, that is NEQ instruction, is an input instruction that compares source A to source B. When source A is not equal to source B, the instruction is logically true, otherwise it is logically false. Then GRT, greater than. Okay, greater than instruction is an input instruction that compares source A to source B. When source A is greater than source B, the instruction is logically true, and when source A is not greater than source B, then it is logically false. Then LES, that is less than instruction. So less than instruction, you can see there are two sources, source A and source B. The less than, that is LES instruction, is an input instruction. It compares source A to source B. When source A is less than source B, the instruction is logically true, otherwise it is logically false. Then GEQ, that is greater than or equal to instruction. So it is also having source A and source B. So GEQ instruction is an input instruction that compares source A to source B. When source A is greater than or equal to source B, the instruction is logically true, otherwise it is logically false. See how to check whether it is logically true or logically false. So in the diagram you can see the first part is the instruction, whatever instruction is given there with its sources. Okay, and following that at the right side there is the output device, for example LED. So if the instruction is logically true, means here source A is greater than or equal to the source B, that means it is logically true, then LED will glow. In other case, whenever the instruction is logically false, the LED will not glow. So in this way we will check whether the instruction is logically true or logically false. Next is LEQ, that is less than or equal to instruction. So it is also having source A and source B. The less than or equal, that is LEQ instruction, is an input instruction that compares source A to source B. When source A is less than or equal to source B, the instruction is logically true. And when the source A is greater than or equal to the source B, then this instruction is logically false. In other words, the LED will not glow, and whenever the instruction is logically true, the LED will glow. So here are the ladder diagrams for the various logical instructions. So first logical instruction we will take as the AND gate, ladder diagram for AND gate. Okay, so to implement the ladder logic or truth table of the AND gate physically, we have to get two switches in series, okay, and apply the input voltage to A. So see in the first figure, apply voltage is given, voltage is applied and two switches are connected in series. Okay, so in the diagram B there is the ladder equivalent of that. Okay, ladder equivalent of this two switches connected in series. Okay, then it is called as AND gate. So it is the logic for the AND gate. So as we know, for 0 0 output is 0, for 0 1 output is 0, for 1 0 output is 0, and for 1 1 output is 1. Okay, so that can be seen in the diagram C. See, whenever input A and input B are 0 0, at the output side there is also 0. When input A is 1, that is the high voltage, and when the input B is low, that is 0 voltage, then the output is also 0. Next, when output is A is 1 and output B is 1, input A is 1 and input B is 1, the output is also 1. Next is ladder diagram for the OR gate. So see, for the OR gate, two switches are connected in parallel, okay, in figure A. Then in figure B also you can say, you can see the ladder diagram for it. First in the figure A it is physical connection, and in the second one there is the ladder diagram. So the in the ladder diagram two switches, input A and input B, are connected in parallel. So it can be drawn as in figure B or as in figure C. Okay, so recall the truth table for the OR gate, that is 0 0 is 0, then 1 0 is 1, 0 1 is 1, and 1 1 is 1. So that you can see in the diagram D, whenever there is 0 0, that is input A is 0, input B is 0, output is also 0. Then input A is 1, input B is 0, output is 1. Input A is 1, input B is 1, output is also 1. Next case, input A is 0, input B is 1, then output is 1. So for 0 0 only the output is 0, otherwise the output is 1. Then the ladder diagram for the NOT gate. Here one switch is applied, and that is the normally closed switch, and output is indicated by some device such as LED. Okay, so for the NOT gate, if the input is 0, output is 1, and if the input is 1, output is 0. So that is shown in diagram C. Then next is NAND gate. For NAND gate, two normally closed switches are connected in parallel. Okay, and recall the truth table for the NAND gate, and it is if input A is 0, input B is 0, then output is 1. Input A is 1, input B is 0, output is 1. Input A is 1, input B is 1, then output is 0. Input A is 0, input B is 1, then output is 1. So for only 1 input, the output is 0. Otherwise, for all inputs, that is 0 0 0 1 and 1 0, the output is 1. Then for NOR gate, the ladder diagram is two switches connected in series, and that switches are normally closed switches as shown in figure A. It is the ladder diagram. And see output in the figure B. Input A is 0, input B is 0, then output is 1. Then input A is 1, input B is 0, then output is 0. Next, input A is 1, input B is 1, output is 0. Input A is 0, input B is 1, output is 0. So for 0 0 input only, output is 1. For all other cases, that is 1 0 0 1 and 1 1, the output is 0. Then XOR gate, ladder diagram of XOR gate is shown here. So there are two parallel branches. In the first branch, input A and input B. So input A is normally open, input B is normally closed. In the second branch, input A is normally closed, input B is normally open. So recall the XOR gate truth table for 0 0. See, input A is 0, input B is 0, then output is 0. Next, input A is 1, input B is 0, output is 1. Next, input A is 1, input B is 1, output is 0. Input A is 0, input B is 1, then the output is 1. So when the inputs are 1 0 or 0 1, the output will be 1. And if the input is 0 0 or 1 1, the output will be 0 in case of XOR gate.